Welcome to this module on study skills. In these 3 short videos, we're going to look at some simple habits and techniques that can accelerate your learning progress and make your life as a student easier. The idea of the tips in these videos is not to study harder, but to study smarter. In this first video, we look at some general tips. But first, let's compare 2 students, Manuela and Ximena. Manuela and Ximena are identical twin sisters. Both sisters study in the same English class at the same university. They are exactly the same in many ways. However, one sister is an effective learner, and the other is not a very effective learner. Let's talk about Manuela. Manuela's usually busy with homework for other subjects, and she doesn't do any regular practice and revision outside of English class. Manuela doesn't have a planned study schedule. She just does homework when she is told to do so by her teachers. She doesn't get much sleep, especially before exams, because she stays up late to study hard. She doesn't get much exercise either, because she feels too busy. And Manuela doesn't use any special techniques or habits to help her study smarter. Over the semester, Manuela's progress in learning English is really slow. By the end of the semester, she's tired, frustrated, and her English level hasn't improved very much. Manuela is not a very effective learner. Now let's talk about Ximena. Ximena is also busy, but she's organized. She takes some time through the week to practice and revise English because she knows that learning a language requires extra practice. She plans her study schedule to make sure she gets the time to study. She usually gets lots of sleep because she doesn't study long hours into the night like her sister. She does some exercise through the week, and she uses some simple techniques to study smarter. So, over the semester, her learning progress is much faster than her sister. And by the end of the semester, she has some fantastic grades, she's more relaxed, and her English skills have really improved. Clearly, Ximena is an effective learner. So, if you want to be more like Ximena, here are 4 general tips. Number 1. Sleep. Research shows that getting enough sleep is fundamental to being an effective learner. Because your brain needs sufficient sleep to concentrate in classes and in your study time, and then to understand and remember what you've learnt. According to science, we should aim for at least 7 hours of sleep every night to function at full brain capacity. Number 2. Exercise. Exercise has many obvious benefits for your health. Apart from staying fit and healthy, one big benefit is that doing exercise can help you sleep better. And as we just saw, good sleeping habits really help your learning process. So try to get some exercise throughout the week, even if it's just for short periods. Number 3. Time and place. If possible, try to do all your study in one specific quiet place, where you will be free from noise and distractions. Research has shown that having a dedicated place just for study helps train your brain to focus better while you study, which makes you a more effective learner. Your living room is for relaxing. Your dining table is for eating. Your bed is for sleeping. These are not ideal places to study, but a desk in a quiet place would be perfect. And when you are not studying, try not to use that desk, but go hang out somewhere else. Also, try to plan specific times to study English outside of class throughout the week. Research shows that you can't learn a language quickly if you don't practice and revise regularly. If you create a habit of studying English at specific times and in your specific place through the week, you can train your brain to really focus during study time and accelerate your progress. And number 4, short breaks. We've all had the experience when you sit down to study And at first you can concentrate really well, but soon you lose focus. Time passes and you realize that you're not actually learning anything. You can spend hours looking at a page and learning almost nothing. Research shows that our brains often start to lose concentration after about 25 to 30 minutes of study. But if we take a short break, and science shows that just 5 minutes is perfect for a study break, our brain can recharge and we can then study effectively again. So try it. In your study time, study for 25 to 30 minutes, or if you like, maybe a little longer. Then take a 5-minute break, and during that break, stand up and walk away from your special study area. Disconnect completely from your study and let your brain recharge. Then, come back and study for another 25 to 30 minutes before taking another 5-minute break. Continue this cycle for your whole study time. In this way, you can continue to concentrate and learn more effectively. So there you are, 4 general tips to study smarter, just like Ximena.